Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenogears! Last time, we finally gained actual control of our characters on Disc 2. Not just for a dungeon, we have control until the end of the game. Sweet, sweet success and sweet freedom. Last time we also figured out that we're basically in the last refuge of mankind at this point, and there really isn't all that much here. Unfortunately, they've lost a lot of what they once had. Now, we've gone into a bunch of these doors, but not all of them. This one stops the music, and we can talk to this guy who thinks there's treasure. Now, if you offer him a gold nugget, he will start digging. And then later on, he's supposed to ask for some gold bullion. And then later on, he's supposed to unearth a jukebox that costs 100G to play. And I don't know how many songs are on there because I never get it to work. I don't know if you're supposed to do the event where you give Big Joe 1,000 gold earlier in the game, or if that has nothing to do with it and I've just been unlucky, but I've never had that work for me. Just letting you know it's there, and that's supposed to be how it works. You're supposed to have like time gaps in between. Maybe you have to go outside and battle. I've tried that. It didn't really seem to work. Let's take a look here. We've already been in that door that leads to the prison, and you know what? Let's go for the big events first here. Did we go in this one? Did I go in this one already? Yeah, this one, no I did not. This is the one I was thinking of anyway though. Most of the people around here in this particular room don't say a whole lot that's interesting. But this guy speaks very slowly and basically gives us a very strange prophecy. This guy up here talks about how sad the Queen looks. And yeah, but if you go like this, we can actually pop up here, even though from that angle doesn't look like much. And if you'll kind of look around, this does look familiar, doesn't it? This is actually where Choo Choo and Maria had their stand against, whatever his name was, the other gear that's kind of like them. Anyway, here we get a very, well, not a very long cutscene, but a long enough cutscene, so I want to do this one first. I find snow is kind of relaxing. As long as I'm not a big, at the hill or anything like that, then it's not so much relaxing as it is a lot of fun. Still waiting for it. I got a ski pass again this year. I'm just waiting for the snow to start hitting. How is the person you rescued from Merkaba? Now, when we were last at Merkaba, Faye was kind of gone, and everyone just kind of appeared somewhere. We didn't really see what happened. Heard he recovered consciousness. Who are you talking about? Who's better? Oh, right. So Ramses is still alive, too. Not particularly, but at least he has an Omni-Gear. That's good, I guess. Pretty much we're at that point. You'll see later on that pretty much all of the different countries of the planet have basically united in this base and are all trying to help to basically keep humanity alive. Not just trash, you did manage to help us out quite a bit, even though it didn't work out very well. Because of what you did, things happened the way they happened, and we got out of there, so... Oh! What about them? Oh, hidden behind the screen. We have his harem. Basically, for whatever reason, for the different things that he's done for the Solaris military, they all are Whether they're all in love with him or whether they're just devoted to him, I don't know. But they all believe in him. Apparently, Ramses is going to be redeemed to some extent. Even Dominia seems to have calmed down at this point. Yeah, of course, I believe it was Ellie who confronted him and figured this out. Ramses just basically wants, the warmth of being loved, which he just didn't know, not since he was first conceived in a test tube. But now, he's finally starting to come to terms with the fact that love found him a long time ago. Well, that's a nice redemption moment for someone that's been on our case and has, to an extent, almost been kind of a comedic villain in terms of how easily he's usually defeated. But at the same time, he's definitely got a lot of non-comedic story to him as well. And especially toward the latter half of the game, he really comes through as a well-fleshed out character. And the once pacifist is that no longer. He finally sees the point in fighting just for sport, not always just to protect himself or the ones he loves. So, again, Faye's growing as well. Of course, he did all of his growing a few episodes back, but there's still room to grow. There's always room to grow. Perhaps. And what's that? You're prepared for that too, huh? Well, he kind of does. He was given kind of the explanation from the wave existence. He really does have to do it. You have a lot of different parts of you. Most of them have had a lot of issues in the past. Hopefully your unification helps them all out. And that's pretty much the rest of the plot. Must go save Ellie. And Deus, but, that's on the back burner. We really got to focus on Ellie. Anyway, that's a nice little cutscene. And we'll just pop downstairs here. It's the one interesting thing about this base. Depending on which area you're in, the music changes. And there's a choo-choo up here if you care. I'm not talking to you. I think you were interesting if I remember correctly. You never know what might happen. Or was it you? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was him. Okay. The old capital of Kislev has survived, or at least a part of it. Wonder if they're still conducting that barbaric bartelling, or bartering, thing that they were doing before. And that's basically just to tell you that yes, they do barter again. You can sell items to them. And that will be important later on. Speaking of things that are important, this is an important conversation. Let's talk to you first. And I believe it was last time, or was it this time? I don't know. I've recorded 2 episodes, one after the other here. But someone said that your little brother to Faye was criticizing somebody, the guy who froze him in carbonate. I think that was last time. And yeah, that little brother was Dan. He's the bad one. He's to blame. That's not the problem. It's just, I don't know how to say it properly, but I'm sorry. And it's nice to see this plotline that's basically been ignored, but at least started. They started at the start of the game, they continued it, and then they just left it blank until a few episodes ago when Dan actually saw him in prison there, and then it changed. And, you know, it's nice that it's been spanning the whole game. They haven't focused on a lot, but at least they wrapped it up and didn't leave it outstanding. Yep, you might as well stay here. Ah. And Midori finally kind of speaks to us. Yeah, because of her ability to read minds, she knew that Id was inside all along, which is why she never really warmed up to Faye. Never really spoke to him either. It's your precious ring. Now, this only happens if you had gotten Midori's ring, which is located at the very beginning of the game at Satan's house on the hillside. You can actually, at least on the end of disc 1, you could still go back there. You couldn't go to Lahan, but you could go back to his house. I don't know if the ring would still be there, but it was in the flower bushes there at the start of the game. And if you've kept on to that the entire game, which I don't think you can sell it, so anyway. Oh, and look after Dan for me, okay? Yeah, we never see Yui again. For some reason or another, they forgot to throw her sprite back in here with some random line of dialogue. But yeah, she's still around. I've heard rumors that she's maybe dead at this point, but what Faye said there doesn't really confirm with that, so I'm going to believe that she's still alive somewhere. They forgot to write her into the game. Anyway, I'll see you later. Anyway, she got something from Choo Choo. You can have it. I'll trade you for my ring. Of course, you don't get this if you don't have the ring. Gives you a Hercules ring, which I will talk about later. Anyway, enough with that. We got a couple of nice scenes there. I know they span the vast majority of the episode, but unfortunately, there's a lot of that. A lot of bigger scenes now, which is why I avoided going in that specific room earlier. Let's take a look at my map here. This room's kind of pointless. There's a couple of people worth talking to. You. Two homes during the span of one very strange war. Yeah, kind of feel sorry for some of these people. I don't want to stand on your head, I want to talk to you. Well, that's kind of sad. Can I get up here? Those people aren't important. We do want to head in here, though. There's a lot of people to talk to in here. Most of them don't say anything interesting. This dialogue goes automatically, so don't blame me if it went too fast, because I can't control it. You can pause if you're interested in reading it. Basically, the children are running around disrupting the military meeting, because this is the warmest room left in the area because they have so few resources. This one apparently is the one that still has heat. And maybe they also got mad at us for walking in on their little diagram thing, whatever. Most of these people don't say anything all that interesting, but the soldiers do. I want to help people, but all I know how to do is fight. Well, it's kind of sad. I had doubts about fighting before, but not about protecting the people here. Kids are all the same in Kislev, Ave, and Nissan. Basically saying that countries aren't particularly important when it comes to kids. Kids are kids. They're annoying, but they're the reason you're here, to protect them. Oh, talk to you. Yeah, it, of course, referring to Deus and that army. How can we fight against an enemy like that? But you're still gonna try. These guys, we only had more weapons. Gotta do what we can. So yeah, most of the other people don't say anything particularly interesting, but you can kind of see how down in the dumps this entire place is and how little resources they have, how unfortunate the people who managed to survive without mutations and who haven't been absorbed into Deus have been kind of stuck as. I believe, let's see here, there's another one right here. And this should probably be the last one we'll cover today. The most important character in the game. Booze, bring me booze. You belong on a ship. Specific ship. These guys don't say anything particularly interesting. Over here. Who is over here? Oh yeah, there's just this empty room. The only thing we can do here is pop this thing open and look in the mirror. And then you can spin around, press buttons, and do different actions. Press circle button to close. I don't know why this is there. But there's nothing else that we can do in there as far as I know. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is in here. Who's not your dad? Lance. Who's that? Hey, wait a minute. I recognize you. It's Hans. This is the guy that was on the Thames. Yeah, somehow. So the Thames is still alive somewhere? Oh. Damn. Reapers, but was defenseless against angels. They went down with the Thames. Oh, the captain! He was so cool. No doubt, Captain must go down with the ship. The old guy died. Hmm? Well, maybe. Yeah, you don't say anything interesting. Basically, yeah, let's talk to, yeah, her lines don't mean much until we talk to him again. So what happened with you lately? I didn't know you had a son. Kid who left angrily, seems pretty pissed about something, obviously. I got married just before the Thames went down. Her name is Anna. She's my wife, obviously. She was saved by the Thames when the ships were attacked by Reapers. Unfortunately, she lost her husband. Well, that's kind of a strange situation. I just wanted to protect her, that's all. The captain teased me mercilessly. He said, "What? A cold guy like you seducing a widow? Just make sure that kid doesn't hate you." I guess the captain was right. My stepson doesn't like me yet. Boy, you sure have changed. Considering we didn't really talk to him all that much ahead of time, but he was all about making sure things ran smoothly on the ship. I don't know what it is. I guess I've always had someone protecting me. I believe one day the captain will come down that stairway, tap, tap, tapping with his cane. And he'll say, "Hans, looks like we'll get our hands on a priceless treasure. What kind of face is that? Don't you believe me? Huh? This time it's true, honest." Maybe someday. I know that theme. Captain! I love the action they gave him there. He just looks so excited. Men of the sea, never say die. Classic. Yeah, the captain survives somehow, and of course he's here. Which is good because we get to hear his theme again. I always like the theme on the Thames. So upbeat. Anyway, he's talking about buried treasure on an island called Dune Man Isle. Ancient hero defeated a monster there, and now legend has it his fabled sword rests there. Don't know where it is, don't have a ship, don't worry with details. So, yeah. Till then, give it all for your family, lad. Well, at least the captain's being a nice guy again. Alright. Yeah, so that's why her line makes a little more sense after talking to Hans again, so you kind of know about their background. But, kind of helped her through the hard times, I guess. Now for one of the most unfortunate parts of this entire game. Well, I'll talk to you in a moment. Let's go talk to the captain one more time here. See what he's saying to the kid. Alright, what's the kid got to say? Whoa! Yeah, they're all kind of demi-humans. Yeah, he's not a penguin, he's a dolphin, even though they kind of look like penguins. Oops, forget I just said that. I didn't mean to call him Dad. Yeah. Well done there, Mr. Captain. Alright, I'll be doing this off-screen, but if you talk to the daughter here, Kana, some flashy woman on the Thames taught me a card game. No, please, no. Yes, unfortunately, we have speed to play again. And this time, there are 2 prizes. You get one for defeating her once, and you get another for defeating her 5 consecutive times, which is insanely difficult because, considering Queenie taught her, she's even more difficult than her. And Queenie wasn't a pushover either, so yeah. In between episodes, I'll be doing that, as well as decking out new gear, and I'll explain why I've made certain choices, and setting up myself a new party, and getting ready to leave, because we finally explored everything there is here. So, anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.